Welcome, everyone. We are here with Mr. Dulal from Bangladesh. He is a leader in disability rights and has been doing so for years. And we're going to talk about the specific issues of people with disabilities in Bangladesh and how crises such as Corona affect them, and also what the future holds as climate change comes forward in this country, which we know is very susceptible to climate change. So Dulal, please, you've been a leader in this field for many years. If you could briefly tell us about your experience, that would be great.
I involved in this field actually when I was 15 years old. I was fell down from tea, and then I have a 7 years, extreme, very extensive treatment. I have a 42 days under coma, no sense, and people was hospital people is really released me, as in to take me to home. So my family was not take my home, and they also take to local hospital. So when they take me in a local hospital, then after few days, and my senses come back, and I was starting talking. So that was my life is a start. So I don't know what happened in my 40 days in this world. 42 days. It was very interesting. I want to know, but it's not possible for me. So anyway, so after that 7 years treatment continued, then I understood that I have a disability. I have a permanent disability. I am not able to go back my old life. So, and then I was do the very good chess competition, chess player. So I got the opportunity to come in in a Dhaka to participate in chess competition, and I got the first prize. And then I meet with the Swedish remission people, and they was offer me job, so that I go there and I joined their job. And I find this place is actually for the disabled people, but the place is not accessible, not friendly to disabled people, and even it's the people who are working there, except Swedish people, all are not really is expected. Their attitude is at not expected level. It was in 1984, 1985, 1980, that time. So then I have a movement, and then I have a movement in the institution, and I succeeded with the institution. Then I thought, what happened outside of this boundary if the institution run for disabled people happen like this? So then I start this organization called Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kullan Samiti in 1985. So this one like a awareness activity we do with all of the disabled people participated. It is in a very grassroots level, very community level. So idea is to make sure that people understand, to sensitize the general people, non-disabled people, disabled people, and their family members regarding the disabled people's rights, education, their development, their inclusion, their rehabilitation, and their basic needs to fulfill and what is their family responsibilities, community responsibilities, something like that. Through this awareness, we are, we have 1,000 such type of, rally. We call it rally.
So you get a lot of information about there for disability rights in Bangladesh by including the community. So this, yes. Your organization has been around now since 1985. And so part of it is community engagement.
This organization actually do multi-sectoral activities. Like this one is the accessible sanitary latrine, which is covered the 100% population, not just disabled people. Like a pregnant woman also able to use it very comfortable. Child with disability use it, and senior citizen able to use it. Fat people also able to use it, and also wheelchair users able to use it. It is not just for the accessible for disabled people. It covered the 100% people. It cost only $400, and life of this sanitary latrine is more than 50 years. You see that how sustainable it is. This is a kind of environment friendly, and also it is a climate friendly, activities that whatever flood, whatever disaster is happened, it will not eliminate it. It is there. So you just need to clean it and reuse it, start to reuse it. And this is a very model, kind of model, model latrine for all. I want to say it is for all. We have 100 types of economic activity that create the, daily income for the disabled person who is like this woman with disabilities. She is from a tribal group, from a Chittagong Hill Track area, we call. So we are assisting them. We initially given them confidence. We build their confidence, build their awareness, then engage them in a grassroots organization. Then we given a capital support and we given a skill training. Then after she is involved with this activity, this program, these activities contribute their family, and family feel respect to disabled person.
Right.
It's a both way, and it is someone is sitting, eating, sleeping in a home is no means. So they are very much contributive to the family and in the country, and they are all doing different types of activity, and many thousands of disabled people now engage in their income, and many thousand people, because of this income, they marry. They have a personal life now. They have a long family life. They are able to, they have a children, they have a wife, and someone have a husband. Someone become mother, father. Now they are feel very respectful person now in a society.
Dulal, I see here women working. Is it harder for women with disabilities than men with disabilities to get jobs, or is it similar for women and men?
No, there is it is in Bangladesh, the situation is, but Bangladesh is a moderate Muslim country, and our government is very much encourage the women in general. They are all in leadership position now. Like in our prime minister is a prime minister now, and there is a several minister in the cabinet who are women, and also different. Our speaker in the parliament is the woman, and different, and even our Human Rights Commission chairman is a woman now, and there is a many parliamentarian in country is women, but no women with disabilities are in power.
Yeah.
Not in power. So no one is in parliament. So men and even not have a very important job in a bureaucrat position. So it's slowly coming one, two, but it's very slow. Improvement is very slow in a power level. I mean, decision-making level, planning level.
I understand that. Yes.
Yeah. So this is both of them are blind. Though both of them completely blind, there is a team, some blind people, we train them, and then we given a kind of capital money, and then they have their self-employment program and cow fattening, and they have a milk and they sell it. It's surviving their family. They have a very nice, family. They have a happy life now.
Both of these gentlemen are blind?
Yeah, both are blind. Both are blind, and they also, they are preparing a food for their cows, and they take care of everything. Of course, their family members sometimes assist them to take the milk to market and something like that, because they are part of the family,
Right.
So it is not that because of he blind, someone is assisting. But
and this is another blind man?
This is a completely blind man. He running a grocery shop. You see, grocery shop, there is a very specific item. Those are he able to identify and able to properly audit. So we given also awareness in a community level, so people are not cheating with him, and he is also very much respectful in the community. Very much he's understand that. So he ran this shop, and he earned the money and survived with his family. He have a children, wife, and those are also part of their, part of this income.
And tell us about this girl.
And this is these types of many young women with disabilities now in university, in colleges, they study. As many women with disability now have also job in government job and also non-government job. And specifically this girl, when in 94, it is called Jamalpur, Islampur, this sub-district, in a house I visit when we start this survey, in a house-to-house survey we conduct. So I was, as a supervisor, as a chief of the organization, I was sometime visited. So I go there to see what is our staff doing. So they take me to her house. So I see this girl in a corner of the, ground place in front of their ordinary house. And she was a 4 years old, very little girl. And she have a polio with her disabilities reason is polio. So that was the starting my, what I see her. She gradually, we given counseling to her family, to herself, and given counseling to her, their teacher, school management committee, and slowly, wherever what is needed, and we address those. And then she slowly complete primary school, high school. Now she is graduated. And after graduation, we send her in America for a leadership training. And then she come back and she applied for primary school job, government primary school job. And she got that primary school job. And then after she have a job, and then after 2 years back, she married a very handsome young boy. And she is going to be a mother within a 3-month time, next 3-month time. So she is a government servant. She is a teacher now. And she is going to build a future prime minister of this country, So that is the, so excellent. You see,
But you also, in addition to making people grow in terms of their own employment and everything, you also just have movements, right? Where people are just enjoying things day to day. This looks like a very happy man.
Yeah. Yes, that he is very enthusiastic, and because he have a company, there is 100 of people with disability. They are now united, and he was before that he was isolated. He don't have person to talk, and he don't have this tricycle. He was stay in a home most of the time. If he go outside, he is by crawling. He do that. So when we meet with him and we start our activities, that this gentleman is changed his life. He is changing his family now. He's changing now his community even. And he is changing our policymaker, decision maker mind, and the people whom for we are working, he is also lead those people as like a guide, as he's like a grassroots leader with disabilities, helping other with disabilities.
So you've got all these fabulous people, and I see you've done walks, marches. It says here, the tax government received from disabled person should allocate 10% for implementation of empowerment and development programs. Sounds great.
Yeah,
and that looks like you in the foreground here.
Yeah, we have a 4 days program at that time. In that week, 4 days program. One is we conduct a rally around the ministries. We have a complex where all ministries is there. So around that complex, we have a rally, and then we have a press conference, and we have a different interaction with the different media, and then we have a campaign from Parliament to National Press Club. That is about 35-kilometer road. We march and we distribute leaflet to the different people on the road, and we conduct this rally from the Parliament to the Press Club, and we also speak in a different place, important places.
Excellent.
We tell the people, and it is a wonderful program. you able to see it in my Facebook. That's very good video. We also talk that.
Great.
So,
So
and it was
let's talk
covered
about
by
now.
many media.
Let's talk about coronavirus or COVID and what's going on now in Bangladesh. We've heard that COVID is getting worse in Bangladesh, and I wonder about people with disabilities because in the US, many people, 26,000 people died in nursing homes. And in nursing homes, that's where many of those people are people with disabilities. So in Bangladesh, what's going on there?
Bangladesh is a many challenging country, very complex country. And climate-wise, many disaster. We have a different challenge, political challenge, and different issues. And population is very high here. And Corona is a big crisis for us in country. And disabled peoples, I think this photo tell you what is the situation of our disabled people in Bangladesh. And I just want to share with you one experience. Our organization developed engage disabled people in daily income activities. The such type of 21,000 disabled person, those are take care their family, and they all are lost their daily income now because they are not able to open their shop, not able to go for market, sell their vegetable. There is not only the physical challenge, there is an environmental challenge.
Right.
Their Corona is also putting another challenge to use this and use that. And government also, due to the Corona, also introduced different rules, regulation, sorry. So that is why you see the disabled people's situation is big challenge. Big challenge. Even to collect the relief program is not possible. It's because their OA is distributing these food items. Disabled people are not able to reach at that place because they're using wheelchair and they have a blindness and they have a hearing with disabilities. So communication is a big problem. So we from our organization, we try to support some, and we also do the advocacy with the government support, and government also kind to support some disabled people. Many disabled people also receive from the government. But the situation is not at all good for multiple disability, like a deaf blind person, like a complete blind person, like a completely hearing with disabilities, like a major physical disability, like with wheelchair. It's a challenge. They are left out from service, and in many cases ignore also because country is busy with the also all people. There is among the non-disabled people, there is a 4 also. As like this photo you see, this is recent, cyclone happened in our Cox's Bazar and Chittagong division, and where she is a wife of blind person, and they have a family, 4 members family, and they lost their house. So at that moment when this happened, you see what happened with their family. What happened with that blind person, what happened with this girl. If there is a flood, I am a wheelchair user.
Right.
So if house is underwater, so what happened with my life? You see, I must go underwater. There is no option. You see, so that is, there is no way to save my life. Our research is not really that much available in relation with the disabled people's condition and how disabled people affect, and what is the really situation of disabled people happen after they born. The critical research is required in the country, which is also, I think, not only Bangladesh, I think many other countries also require that types of research. If you address this issue, then you don't need to think other issue. It cover everything.
And
I
that is
want to
actually
say.
something we are working to do at my organization, Sustain Our Abilities. We are going to do research on climate change and disability and how it helps. How has climate change already affected people with disability versus their non-disabled neighbor? It is very, my big concern is that as we go forward from coronavirus, where you're already demonstrating the increased impact on people with disabilities, how they don't have access to food, unable to get information, potentially more affected by the disorder because, you know, I'm sure some people need help from people in their family and other people, and then they have more risk of getting the disorder. But now as we, you know, we will get back from this. You will get back from this too in the future, but then there's going to be that next problem, that typhoon. And you just showed us the picture of the typhoon last month and what
Yes.
happens for the next typhoon. So I think it's very important that we do bring up these issues for people with disability in terms of rights and participation, and make sure that in the future, the earth is more equitable. Not just
Yeah.
in one country, but all over the world.
Yes. Yes.
My own bias is we have to work as a whole world and not as a country anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
we're almost out of time here, Dulal. So I appreciate you speaking today, and I am grateful to you for watching. We brought some information, and hopefully we'll get to talk again in the future about what's going on in Bangladesh. And we know things are happening too in other places around the world. So thank you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Markelly, you for giving me opportunity. At the same time, I want to say that please, please. I mean, we need to work hard in this sector. Actually,
Absolutely.
is a very, very, very large sector that fulfill the needs not just only disabled people. It fulfill the whole community, whole family, whole society.
You're right.
Once you address the disabled people's needs. So that I want to say, and we all are appealing to the all communities to support us, to support these people with disability, especially in my country. Of course, I love to have the your support.
All right.
Thank you very
so
much.
And you please come back and watch again. We are going to be talking about environmental justice in our next presentation.